Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0756, indicates an issue with the Shift Solenoid Valve B, which is recognized as being stuck in the off position. This behavior causes the Honda Accord's transmission to fail-safe, effectively limiting the vehicle's operation to only second or fifth gears. Shift solenoids are vital components in the automatic transmission, regulating fluid flow to enable smooth gear shifts. They are typically located within the transmission assembly, closely associated with hydraulic control units. If the code is stored, it is crucial to first capture freeze frame data and check any onboard diagnostics using the HDS, which stands for Honda Diagnostic System, to aid in further troubleshooting. Such precautionary steps provide a clearer understanding of the vehicle's electronic state at the time the DTC was registered, assisting in pinpointing the problem accurately. If the issue is unresolved, a detailed inspection following Honda's troubleshooting protocol is necessary. After completing repairs based on the previous troubleshooting steps, it's essential to conduct a final repair verification. This phase involves test driving the vehicle to monitor its operational capabilities, notably evaluating how smoothly the transmission shifts through the gears. Ensuring that the vehicle does not revert to limp mode or trigger the DTC again is crucial. Verification in real-world driving conditions is one of the best ways to confirm that all issues surrounding the P0756 error have been effectively resolved. Additionally, it is a good practice to recheck for any stored or pending DTCs using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, post-repair. If no codes are present, it can be confirmed that the repaired system is functioning as expected and that the issue has been successfully resolved. Preventive maintenance is key to avoiding issues such as those associated with DTC P0756 in the future. A regular schedule for automatic transmission fluid ATF changes is vital, as old or contaminated fluid can contribute to component wear and operational failures. Additionally, routinely checking ATF levels can prevent slipping or shifting issues caused by low fluid. It is equally important to inspect the entire transmission system for possible leaks, which could lead to a low fluid condition over time. Keeping an eye on the system's operational performance through visual inspection and monitoring for any unusual sounds or behaviors during driving can lead to early detection of potential problems. Establishing good maintenance practices greatly enhances the longevity of the vehicle's transmission system. In conclusion, addressing the P0756 DTC highlighted issues with the Honda Accord's Shift Solenoid Valve B and its implications for transmission performance. Through comprehensive troubleshooting, including fluid checks, electrical tests, and physical component inspections, the root causes of the error were identified accurately. Necessary repairs were made, whether it involved replacing solenoids or servicing the transmission, which were crucial actions to restore proper vehicle functionality. Furthermore, implementing preventive maintenance strategies is essential in ensuring that such issues do not reoccur, thus prolonging the life of the vehicle. Being proactive in monitoring fluid levels, regular changes, and inspections will significantly reduce the likelihood of solved concerns in the future. Overall, an informed and procedural approach is the key to effective automotive repair and maintenance. The error described by DTC P0756 is centered around the malfunction of the Shift Solenoid Valve B. This component is integral in managing the gear shifts within the transmission. When the solenoid is stuck off, it cannot allow for the proper shifting of gears, and hence, the vehicle operates under a fail-safe mode. This fail-safe mode ensures that the vehicle only shifts between second and fifth gears, thereby limiting performance, but protecting the transmission from inadvertent damage. The location of the shift solenoid is typically within the transmission assembly, making access somewhat challenging. Recognizing why a solenoid would fail is essential. Often, it might be attributed to electrical failures or hydraulic issues within the valve body. Diagnosing and rectifying these issues at an early stage can prevent more costly repairs later on. There are several possible causes that could lead to the P0756 error code being triggered. First among these is a low automatic transmission fluid, ATF, level, which can prevent the solenoid from operating correctly. The fluid plays a vital role in hydraulic pressure within the transmission system. Secondly, a blocked fluid strainer can restrict fluid flow, impacting the function of the solenoid. Next, a faulty Shift Solenoid Valve B itself may be defective, either due to wear or internal damage. Lastly, electrical issues such as poor connections, damaged wiring, or blown fuses can prevent the solenoid from receiving the required commands to function correctly. Each of these causes must be evaluated during troubleshooting, as they each represent a different path to diagnosing the failure. Symptoms associated with the P0756 DTC typically include significant transmission performance issues. Most notably, the vehicle may refuse to shift out of second or fifth gear entirely, which is consistent with the fail-safe operation. The inability to achieve higher gears can also lead to higher engine RPMs, affecting fuel efficiency and overall drivability. Often, drivers note that the vehicle feels like it is stuck or limp in its transmission operation. Additionally, low ATF levels due to leaks are a common symptom, indicating that there could be a larger issue impacting the fluid system. Monitoring behavior or sounds from the transmission can also provide helpful clues during the diagnosis phase. The first troubleshooting step involves checking the automatic transmission fluid ATF level. The engine must be warmed up to its normal operating temperature, which is indicated by the radiator fan activating. Once at this temperature, it's essential to ensure that the transmission fluid is filled to the correct level and to inspect for any visible fluid leaks. Low ATF levels can result in inadequate hydraulic pressure, affecting the performance of the shift solenoid. After confirming fluid levels, the next action involves draining the ATF through a strainer to inspect for metal debris or excessive clutch material. If metal debris or excess clutch materials are present, it is a strong indication of internal transmission wear and necessitates a complete transmission replacement. In contrast, if the fluid appears clean, the next step of the troubleshooting can commence. This step involves determining the possible failure area, specifically focusing on Shift Solenoid Valve B among other components. Begin by pressing the engine start-stop button to enable the on mode without starting the engine. Clearing the DTC with the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, is essential before retesting. After clearing, start the engine, and with the brake pedal engaged, shift the transmission into drive, D. Monitor the input shaft, main shaft speed using the HDS. Under normal functioning, this speed should read 0 RPM when the Shift Solenoid Valve B is off, and should correspond closely with engine speed when the solenoid is on. Anomalies in this pattern could point toward a malfunctioning solenoid or issues with the internal hydraulic circuit of the transmission. If results are abnormal, the next troubleshooting phase is necessary. For troubleshooting step 3, it is crucial to verify the input shaft, main shaft, speed once more to determine the exact nature of the problem. After clearing the DTC once again with the HDS, engage the brake pedal and shift into drive, D. Maintain observation of the input shaft speed, as it should remain constant both when the Shift Solenoid Valve B state changes from off to on. If this value fluctuates unexpectedly, it indicates a failure that necessitates further investigation of the first gear one-way clutch. If the failure is confirmed, one resolution is to replace the countershaft's first gear, which includes cleaning off any metallic debris found within the transmission system. If the failure does not persist, however, it may indicate that the system is operating normally, albeit intermittently, and further examination should continue to be part of the diagnostic process. In this troubleshooting step, the focus shifts to testing Shift Solenoid Valve B directly. Navigate to the miscellaneous test menu in the HDS and select the option for Shift Solenoid Valve B. The system will prompt a check to ascertain if the solenoid operates correctly. A clear indication of a correctly functioning solenoid is the sound of a clicking when activated, which confirms that it is operational. Should the clicking sound be absent, this suggests that Shift Solenoid Valve B is faulty and requires replacement. This action often necessitates a replacement of the secondary valve body to rectify the issue fully. Performing this step accurately is fundamental, as identifying issues at this level can prevent a cascade of further transmission concerns. The final troubleshooting step includes a thorough examination of the Shift Valve B, as well as related pressure switch functionality. The vehicle should be securely lifted, allowing the front wheels to rotate freely to perform this test. Once the vehicle is prepared, start the engine while disabling Vehicle Stability Assist, VSA. As transmission operations shift from second gear to third gear, observe the function of the third pressure switch and the sixth pressure switch using the HDS. Under proper operating conditions, when in third gear, the third pressure switch should be off and the sixth should be on. If these conditions are met, it suggests that Shift Valve B has failed and the secondary valve body needs replacement. If the third pressure switch does not align with expectations, it could indicate an issue with the Shift Valve C, necessitating a potential main valve body replacement, requiring cleansing of any debris present within the system. Each step must be executed meticulously for an effectively solved transmission issue. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.